After waiting for several months for his cow to give birth, this farmer was in complete shock when he finally saw what she gave birth to. Adrian Jones was a dairy farmer who had a small farm in Portland, New York State. He and his wife Mary had been in the dairy farm business for over 20 years. Mary mostly taught at the local school, but she helped her husband out at the farm from time to time. Being a dairy farmer was a full hands-on job. Adrian and his farmhands were up as early as 4 a.m. every day to milk the cows. Then they would release them into the pasture to feed within the fenced farm. Raising a dairy cow wasn't easy, but the diligent farmer was intentional about breeding cattle that produced the best milk. Clarabelle was one of 45 cows owned by Jones. She was a brown Swiss cow, born right there on the farm years ago and now mature enough to become a mother. Jones started to wonder when she would reproduce, but he didn't have to wait long to find out. When Clarabelle was about 2 years old, she got pregnant for the first time. The pregnancy had been fairly uneventful save for a minor scare when she briefly fell ill. When the time came for her to give birth, she delivered an adorable calf by herself in the grasslands. Being a traditional farmer, Jones let the cows do the calving themselves in the fields. When the new mom, a cow, had delivered her baby, she took it back to the farmer to proudly show off her newborn. Jones was over the moon with joy when he saw his sweet girl with her calf. This meant she would begin lactating soon enough. They usually took the calf from the mother cow within 24 hours to take care of it while the new mom would get to work, milking for commercial purposes. They would then feed the separated calf with milk formulas and later hand feed. Clarabelle had been really excited at the birth of her new baby, and was disappointed when the farmer took it away from her immediately after the delivery. She eventually came to terms with it, but she was still upset with the way she had been separated from her baby. The cow gave birth multiple times over the following years, and each time her calf was taken from her within seconds of the farmer laying his eyes on it. She always felt sad each time this happened, but there was nothing she could do about it. One day, while the vet was doing a routine check, she noticed that Clarabelle was pregnant again and informed Mr. Jones. The farmer was once again brimming with excitement. The cow was making him a ton of money and he couldn't help but love her for it. She was healthy enough after her 4 uncomplicated births, so this would be her 5th pregnancy. The doctor assured him that the cow was in good shape and would have no problem with her pregnancy and delivery. Adrian and the workers at the farm waited eagerly for the day when Clarabelle would deliver her calf. As expected, the pregnant cow started undergoing some major changes, especially in her appetite. The more her appetite grew, the larger she grew, until everyone could see that the big day was near. Jones was pleased with his cow and saw that this pregnancy was shaping up to be yet another uneventful one, with no problems. One night, as she lay in the grass, Clarabelle started feeling contractions. By now, the cow was used to this. She had done it 4 times already, so she knew what to expect, but she was wrong. Very wrong. As she lay there, suffering from labor pains, she suddenly knew that there was something different about this birth. After a long hour of intense labor, Clarabelle delivered her baby. The next morning, she took her calf to the farmer who took it away from her just like he always did. Clarabelle went back to her normal daily routine as she always did. The farmhands would milk her in the morning and then leave her to graze until evening, when they had to milk her again. When the cows came in that evening, the workers were met with a big surprise. She had no milk. This was very shocking to see. She had just given birth, and typically her lactation should have been in full swing. However, the shock on their faces and the empty containers in their hands said otherwise. They quickly told Jones what they discovered, and it didn't take long before the farmer came rushing down to where Clarabelle lay in the grass, grazing lazily. When he confirmed that she indeed had no milk, he quickly called the vet. When she arrived, she started examining the cow. The doctor was puzzled when she received a call about the cow. She had been asked to examine the newborn and its mother just a couple of days prior, so she didn't expect to be called again in so soon, especially since everything had been fine with both of them. After a thorough check, the physician informed the anxious farmer that the cow and her calf were in perfect shape and could not have been healthier. She had no idea what the problem could be and advised them to wait it out. She hoped things would change by morning, and they agreed. Again, they were all wrong. 2 days later, the vet was back at the farm again, examining the cow. She assured the frantic Mr. Jones that Clarabelle was healthy, and that there was nothing wrong with her. She also told the farmer that there was nothing she could do to help. Something else had to be going on, and it was out of her field of expertise. The cow kept coming in to be milked, and the workers kept finding her dry. The average brown Swiss cow will produce over 22,000 pounds of milk, or about 2,600 gallons of milk during one lactation, so no one could understand why this dairy cow came in with an empty udder every day. Clarabelle also started acting rather strangely. After coming in to be milked in the morning, she would disappear until late evening when she was examined again. The workers noticed that they no longer saw her grazing in the open like before. No one was more puzzled than Mr. Jones. He kept investigating until one day he followed the cow to see where she always went after milking. It had been 11 days since she had given birth and started coming in with no milk. The puzzled farmer walked at a distance behind the cow as she left the milking parlor. He froze in shock when he finally discovered the truth. Jones' jaw dropped right open when he saw with his own eyes the secret Clarabelle had been keeping from him. Jones quickly called the vet doctor and told her he had finally found the reason the cow had no milk. Curious to know what it was, the doctor hurried to the farm at the first chance she got. When she got there, the farmer narrated a story that left her staring at the cow in shock. Jones narrated how he had trailed the cow that morning until he saw what she had hidden in a patch of grass at the edge of the pasture. Apparently, the cow had given birth to twins. In cattle, twin births are extremely rare, and according to some research, only about 3 to 5% of pregnancies end up with more than one calf. Jones finally put 2 and 2 together. He recalled that every time they took Clarabelle's baby away, she got very sad and moody. Somehow, the cow was clever enough to prevent this and brought only one of the twin calves back to the farmer, while she hid the second one. So, she sacrificed one to keep the other. So, whenever she left the milking parlor, she would nurse her calf throughout the day and return to the milking parlor with no milk in her udder. The clever cow had managed to keep her baby hidden for more than a week before the farmer noticed. As the doctor and other farmhands listened to the farmer's story, they felt tears well up in her eyes. This cow wanted to keep her calf so badly that she took this drastic measure. Apparently, she did not like giving up her babies each time she delivered them, but couldn't do anything about it till now. The physician knew that cows had very strong maternal instincts, but she never would have thought that a cow was capable of outsmarting a human in such a manner. What an incredible twist, and what an intelligent animal. Do you think farmers should keep the newborn calves next to their mothers for their sake? What would you have done in Jones' place after discovering the truth? Tell us in the comments below. Thank you for watching and see you next time.